Welcome back. Now what we need to do is that we need to stretch out this menu side menu. We need to stretch it so that it takes the complete height of the page. And to do this, we need to open up the CSS. And in the CSS, what I'm going to do is that we need to head on over back to the menu. Remember, the menu here at the top, we have this menu. And this menu, we need to add the following. We need here in this menu to change the position. Here we need to say position, fixed, and top 0 and left 0. Let me now save and let me head on over to the browser and refresh. And as you can see now, it's going to take the complete height of the page, but the design has been ruined, so we need to fix the design. So to fix this now, to fix this problem that just happened, we need to change the width of this area. So we need to change the width. To change the width of this area, we need to here in the interface. Remember, we have this interface. Instead of just saying width 100 minus 300 px, we need also to change the position. So the position must be relative. And also we need to add a margin left. I'm going to add margin left 300 px. Margin left 300 px. Now let me save. Let me refresh and show you that it will be fixed. As you can see, it has been fixed again. So now it has been fixed and it's perfect. So this is for this part. Also now we need to work on the navigation. So for the navigation, remember we have here in the index, we have this navigation, this navigation. So for this navigation, we need to change the position to be fixed, because if you scroll, the navigation will be behind the bar here, it's not going to be displayed all the time. Instead, we want it to be always at the top. And to do this, we need to, in the style, in the interface navigation, we need to add the following. We need to say position fixed, and we also need to change the width to calculate 100% minus 300 px. Now let me save and let me refresh, and as you can see, the navigation bar here will always be there. Even if you scroll, it doesn't matter. If you scroll, it will always be displayed at the top, and this is exactly what we want. Now what we want to do is that we need to work on here. We need here to display a button that will hide and display this for different screen sizes, because if you change the screen size, it will always be like this, and I don't want this. I want to hide it and play around with the design in case the screen is small. Therefore, I'm gonna here add a button. So in the index.html, what I'm gonna do is that here in the dev class in, the first thing that I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna add here a new dev with an icon. So here I'm gonna add here, I'm gonna say dev here. Here I'm gonna add a dev. Here I'm gonna say dev, and I'm gonna give this dev, I'm gonna display inside this dev a I, and this I will have the following icon. It's gonna have class FAS FA bars, and I'm gonna give it also an ID. I'm gonna say ID is equal to menu button. Let me now save and let me refresh now. As you can see, we have this menu button, but we need to fix the design now. We need to display it here beside this search bar. To do this, we have to go back to CSS. So in the CSS, I'm gonna head on over back to CSS to work on this. So in the CSS here in the CSS, we need to work on the N1 design. So at the bottom, we need here to say dot N1, and for the N1, we need to change the display to be again flex, display flex, justify content, flex start, and the align items center. Let me show you what this is gonna do to these. It's gonna allow them to be displayed side by side. As you can see, it's gonna be displayed side by side. However, we need to add some space here and fix these things. Therefore, I'm gonna say here dot menu button, and for the menu button, I'm gonna change first the color. I'm gonna be using this color to B, and I'm gonna say cursor pointer margin right. We need to add some margin right, and the margin right is just gonna be 20 px, and lastly, I'm gonna change the font. I'm gonna say font size 20 px. Let me save and let me refresh and show you that there will be now some margins and the design is different. So I have here a problem. It should be actually here it should be hash because it's an ID. So here hash not dot. Let me now refresh one more time, and so as you can see, it's gonna look amazing. Now let me just add fix a few things. First, the dashboard word was being displayed here, but now it's hidden, so we need to fix this. And to fix this, remember in the iname here we have iname here. iname. In the iname, we need to say margin top. We need to give it some margin. I'm going to say margin top 70 px, and this should fix it. So as you can see, it's now being displayed here, and this is for the iname. Lastly, I'm going to add to each eye in the box. Remember, in this box, to each icon in the box, we want to change the margin right a little. So here I'm going to say margin right, and I'm going to increase this to 18. The eye here, let me refresh. So as you can see, in the box, the margin right is a little bigger. You can increase this or decrease this, but I think now it's perfect. This is for this. Lastly, I'm gonna hide this and display this only for responsive design. So this will only be displayed if the screen is small. Now, since the screen is big, we don't need to display this. If the screen goes small, if user is using the template from another screen, we need to display this icon. To hide this icon initially, we just need to say in the main design, in the button here, we need to say display none. Display none. This is gonna hide this button. Let me show you this. It's gonna be hidden. It's not gonna be displayed at all, but later when we work on the design, on the responsive design, this will only be displayed for small screens.